This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com. Hello and welcome back to the weekly Nightwing news. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, is
Kristen. Hello.
She's not up on a pedestal, but she was a few moments ago.
Another time, I'll show you my Nightwing sled.
Look at her; she's all on brand.
I'm really sad though because DC. The regular shop, the one, not the universe, not through the app, but the regular one, they sell these Nightwing mugs, but now they don't anymore, and my mug is getting damaged.
Oh no.
I might have to get rid of it soon, and it's really sad.
I know, I miss the WB store. We used to have one around here.
I know, right? That store, my dad misses that store. That store's been gone since the 90s, and every once in a while when we go to a mall, like the one mall down in Columbus that used to have the store, he'll be like, man, I wish they still had that Warner Brothers store. It's like that. It's been at least 20 years.
I was going to say, it lasted till like the late 90s, yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, I don't care. I still miss it. We're like, that's fair.
All right, so let's jump into tonight. We are covering...
Grimm.
Yes, Grimm from Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 149 through 153 from 2002.
2002. All right. There was a moment there, right in the early 2000s, because I didn't really put it together until you said that, but we had Dark Victory and Robin Year One. Those were about the same year. Or I think one was 99, 2000, and then Robin Year One was 2000, 2001, and now this is 2002. Baby Dick as Robin was really having a moment there in the early aughts.
Yeah, like the first 100 issues of Legends of the Dark Knight, it was just like Batman's year one before Robin. Then once they hit issue 100, they're like, oh yeah, we can do Robin stories now.
Oh, is that what I thought this might have been the only one, but did they bring Tim in then? Was it like contemporary, or was it always supposed to be in the past?
No, yeah, most of the Legends of the Dark Knight stories were set in the past. The only time I think they strayed from that, well, during like crossovers, like there was like 3 issues in Nightfall they crossed over, and then No Man's Land, it was, right. Contemporary.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did the issue. No, that's right. Issue 100 was the like Robin issue, right?
Yeah.
Where they kind of did the retelling of Dick and the Jason one. Oh, that's right. I remember that now.
So except when they made them cross over with the other books, yeah, these were usually set in the past. Oh, written by J.M. DeMatteis, who I talked to a few months ago.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you tell me I love this story.
It was mostly about Spider-Man, so.
Oh, never mind.
It was before we planned this, so or else I would have asked him about this. Right. So I would have had audio for it.
He could have been our guy.
I know.
So yeah, I love this story. I think one of the cool things is I think the very first cover of this is a really cool cover.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's gonna be the art for this episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good cover.
I mean,
and in fact, in that kind of just in a grayscale version of that, I was at a store once and I saw a Moleskine notebook that had that on there, and I almost bought it, but I'm a cheapskate, and it was a Moleskine, so it was like pocket size and $25 or $30.
Yeah,
and I thought, I don't like it that much.
Yeah, I mean that could. They should make if there's not a poster of this, they should make that, or even just do Dick as Nightwing too.
Yeah, actually, I think there is sometimes if you go to kind of a random store, sometimes in like your Wire Walmart kind of thing, sometimes they have comic book art that you just are like, oh hey, I actually have one that I got at Maya that's that Batman 615, the one from Hush, that's Nightwing.
Yeah.
Batman running across the rooftops, and they just randomly had it in the home department of basically my grocery store. I snapped it up.
I have that image in my house. You'll never believe this. When we were getting Luca's room ready, right before he was born.
Yeah.
For his room, I bought. It's for the light switch. The plate on it.
Oh, the cover,
It's that Batman 615 image.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so to start with, the first issue of Grimm in particular has an amazing cover.
Yes. And Mother Grimm.
So good. And then I think the art in this really fits the tone of the story.
Yes.
It's really cute art, and very kind of almost coloring page kind of, because a lot of the pages are really full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of reminds me of like a little kid's coloring book.
Or, yeah, even like a child story book, yeah.
Yeah, or a kid book, yeah. So I think that's all really good. And in particular, this first issue, a lot really happens in this first issue.
Oh yeah, there's like a crime spree by this like Mother Grimm, who I'll have a problem with her towards the end, but
right. But at first, she seems really cool, and just trying to help out orphan children, or kids who've been kicked out of their homes. She doesn't even hurt the cops. She just makes them laugh with some less creepy Joker juice kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Laugh gas, but not really that bad. So that is cute. And then this one, sorry, I have it on my phone too, and it does it. But the one where basically Dick is skipping across the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and the one even beforehand where he's got his own. It's really cute. Mm-hmm. It's really cute.
Chasing that girl across the rooftops who, I guess.
Yeah. Wily Wendy.
The pickpocket, yeah. She stole somebody's purse.
Yep.
But
and then...
what, is he not supposed to be out? Because then Batman shows up.
Yeah. Well, you're probably not supposed to be out.
And Batman...
when you're a kid. Well, and that's one thing that... then that's one thing that's funny, I think. In this one is, we'll find out... Dick is really little, but they keep switching up how old he is. I took a couple screen caps, and he's a couple different. His age is mentioned 3 times, and it's different 2 of the 3 times. So yes, but Batman, and then how he like on instinct grabs Batman and flips him over.
I mean, he got Batman the smile on the rooftop. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, we'll get into that in A Lonely Place of Dying when Tim's like thinking, he was never as happy with Jason as he was with Dick.
Yeah, but yes, that one is also really cute. Mm-hmm. The way he's ruffling his hands or his hair. So yeah, that's partially also what I like is this is kind of a happy. Bruce is pretty nice in this one,
Mm-hmm.
He's not so.
But yeah, it's interesting that J.M. DeMatteis wrote this because he's very much a lot of his stories. He gets into like the psychology of like the characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean he did do some of that.
Oh yeah,
here, and so I love when we're up in Dick's room. This one cracks me up because his room in this version is so crowded.
Oh yeah,
as opposed to the one we read in. I think it was the one the annual 4 that was 1995. That was really hilarious because his room was so barren there. He just like had a rug. And in this one he has Robin Hood and a Flying Grayson's poster and a Led Zeppelin poster, which is funny, and a Robin Hood model kit and some kind of camera and a football and a Baker Street, so a Sherlock Holmes sign, toy soldiers, a Superman, trophies, a globe, books, some kind of boomerang, a clock, I don't know, some random Godzilla kind of looking toys, lots of books.
Thinking about the girl.
Yeah, his room's kind of a mess.
Oh yeah.
But I like it, and that feels kind of a little bit more to me, and maybe it's just, I like a little bit happier, smilier Bruce Wayne, but that feels to me more like what Bruce would do when he takes it, because I think that's one of the ways, and it kind of makes sense for Bruce being a rich guy, that Bruce shows he cares through buying stuff.
Yeah.
Particularly since Bruce is not always good with his words. Talking about his feelings. And so I definitely think that if when Bruce decided to take Dick in, he was kind of thinking, yeah, I know, take this kid in, and I know he's grieving. What do kids like? Kids like toys. And then Bruce goes to the store, and there are so many toys, and he doesn't know what to do. And he thinks, whatever, I'm a billionaire. And he just says, I'll take one of everything.
Plus, can you imagine?
I mean, maybe not quite that bad, but close.
Plus, can you imagine the first Christmas with a billionaire?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would be insane. Particularly when you're a little kid, because...
Oh, yeah.
As you get older, you start wanting more expensive things. Fancy tennis shoes, electronics. But when you're a little kid, yeah, I remember when I was 8, I used to have so many Christmas presents. Because I want a Barbie, and a Barbie was $5. You can buy a lot of $5 Barbies.
Exactly, one toys, yeah.
So, yeah, there'd be so much crap. It'd be awesome. So anyway, I like the picture of his room.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny, and that's what I like to imagine Bruce would do, is just buy so many things.
And then Batman's with the cops as they drag David Revson out of the river.
Yep.
His only family is an 8-year-old son. His wife was murdered 18 months ago, and one of the cops, well, at least the kid will have his old man's money, which especially hits Bruce. He's like,
always a sore point for Batman.
If you think that will mean anything to the boy, you're a fool.
I mean, and it won't, but at the same time, it will make your life easier than if your parents weren't rich and you didn't have them anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, at least the kid's not going to in danger of starving to death or anything.
No.
But I also like how this is narrated by Dick.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll point in. He's a very funny narrator. And how he'll put in little asides that, oh, this is happening. Alfred told me about it later, so this is why I can put it in. This is why I can put it in the story. That's cute.
Yeah, but he sneaks out. And he finds, what was it, Wendy again? He's like, and this time I wasn't going to let her get away as he falls into a trap.
Yep, it's a trap. Yeah, and they also talk about how Batman is thinking this is no life for a kid, but as we know, that's not what's gonna end up happening.
Batman tracks down Mother Grimm.
Yep, but she hits him with some like goofy gas or something, right?
Yeah, because first she tried to electrocute him, but I guess he knew
Batman's too smart for that.
Well, he knew that trick was coming, so the costume was grounded.
Yeah, and we knew that honey isn't gonna stop Batman, because that's just please. And then Dick ends up in Dreamland.
So yeah, like an underground amusement park.
Yeah. Well, oh yes, while Batman's tied up to balloons. I don't know if I think that would work. I would be interested. Have they ever done a Mythbusters on can you be tied to enough balloons that you float?
I would assume if they're filled with like a light gas and there's enough of them, I guess you could. But
and I guess helium, yeah.
But yeah,
I guess I wouldn't really want to try it on myself.
But yeah, that's like the last page of the issue is him floating away on those balloons. That just reminded me of like a Batman 66 episode. It's like, how will Batman?
100%. There is that one where they get stuck in a hot air balloon and they get out because Dick's been practicing his bird calls.
Yes.
And Batman tells him to do that bird call of a really angry bird, and it comes and punctures the balloon. I love Batman 66.
I'm surprised they didn't like schedule this better, because I thought they would have like started an arc or ended an arc on issue 150, but issue 150 is like part 2.
I know, yeah, it is kind of weird that it's 149, but such is life.
So yeah,
then Batman, busts himself out. Dick gives funny little commentary. I would have been scared. I don't know if I think Dick would have actually been scared about floating and falling, but Batman wouldn't.
Batman cuts himself free and then slows his fall with some rope, like 3 ropes on his belt.
Get all the cool Dreamland stuff.
Yep, getting shown around the amusement park.
Awesome. And it's when he's first introduced to Mother Grimm that we learn, and so this kind of throws a wrench in some of the other stuff, because he says it had been 2 months since my parents died. So this has been really quick, and he put that Robin suit on. Stat! So he shouldn't really be that good. Because in this one, he's barely been trained. But it's okay.
Well, at least it made sense that Bruce is like, you shouldn't be out by yourself.
Right, exactly. If you've only been in it 2 months. But it also makes sense that Mother Grimm, particularly early on, would appeal to him because, he just lost his parents. And yeah, even though Bruce is always talking about, like, oh, I'm not going to replace your dad and stuff like that, we know that Dick Grayson has 2 dads. At least 2 dads, since he has Superman. I guess Superman's more like the fun uncle. But he doesn't have, and he has Alfred, but he doesn't have a substitute mom, really. And so that.
But then he sees Mother Grimm and he's like, wait, she's a thief, a criminal.
Yeah. But she's also very huggable.
And then brings gifts.
Mm-hmm. And then I love this one where he comes home and Bruce is wearing this amazing smoking jacket style bathrobe. He's like, where were you? Love it.
Yeah, so
it's like it's like Bruce's someone out of a 1800s novel with that outfit. Yeah. Oh, Dick has a telescope and a microscope because we get another picture of his room and there's more stuff and a UFO.
Oh, you get cool. I mean, the telescope and the microscope are educational.
Right. Well, he has a chemistry set too.
Yep.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't have them. I'm just saying I appreciate every time I get a look into his room and see all the stuff he has.
But yeah, speaking of the poor recently orphaned rich boy, he gets kidnapped.
Oh, yes, he does.
But yeah, I guess Bruce is all torturing himself because he's like, I don't know how to be a father.
Yeah. I don't know if you're ready for this mask. And he takes the mask away. Yeah. But then some pretty good stuff. Dick gets some good info from Alfred. He hates me, Alfred. He doesn't hate you, Master Dick, but he's never had to deal with this business of being a parent before. And he's like, my parents are dead, as are his. But then this is one of the really good things that I think really does encapsulate a lot of the issues that Bruce has, is that he says, but you see, because his mother and father died when he was so young, his image of Dr. and Mrs. Wayne has become idealized. And so he doesn't have a realistic example when it comes to raising a boy. And I think 100% that is where all Bruce's issues with the Robins come from.
Yeah.
Is his parents died young, so he never had the sort of, oh, what happens when I'm a teenager and my parents, we don't get along, or, any of that kind of stuff. He never needed to be independent from his parents because they were already gone by the time he was at that stage. And yeah, and now, he misses them so much, and that was the catalyst for becoming Batman, that everything is, they just become really idealized. This I thought was interesting because in this one, Bruce holds up a picture that is Mom, Dad, and me, Coney Island, my 12th birthday. Mm-hmm. And then there's a couple mentions of Dick being, one mention of Dick being 10, and then another of him being 11. So that in this version makes him younger than Bruce. A lot of other ones make them exactly the same age or Bruce younger. But hey.
I guess it could be like how coincidental if they're the same age and stuff.
Right. I mean, I guess I thought that's always what it was supposed to be, was they were supposed to be the exact same age, but...
Yeah.
Then, it's never officially established since back in the Golden Age, Dick was just child years old. Mm-hmm. And for 20 years, we had no idea what age he was, and then suddenly they decided, he's old enough to go to college. And so we're like, oh, he's 18 now. What do you know?
But, then we see Herbert, the rich boy's nanny, being killed by a new villain dressed in green.
Yup. Batman's busting some heads.
Yep.
And he goes in and finds that Dick has already snuck out with Wendy, which is funny, okay. I guess, so they don't have to deal with the, oh no, did someone discover Batman's secret identity? But they have, Wendy was outside, followed Dick and was outside his room, and she's not like, oh man, Bruce Wayne's Batman. She's just, oh, you live with a rich guy? That's cool. How'd you meet Batman? He's like, I think it's because she didn't really see Bruce. She saw Alfred. So she thinks, oh, you live with that old guy. Obviously, he's not Batman. And it's just funny.
But they go back to Mother Grimm, and then Batman breaks in through the skylight.
Yeah, classic Batman.
The Batman entrance, yeah.
Classic Batman.
He's like, you think I would just let you kidnap him? And Robin's like, it's not like that.
Yeah. We want to be here.
And yeah, Batman.
Hard for Batman. And it was pretty freaky because Batman beats those people up and he does scare the kids. And Dick's like, oh.
Yeah, and there's some other Grimm.
It's kind of rough and scary. Maybe I want to stay. And Batman's so sad.
Yeah, because Mother Grimm kind of gives him the choice and he says, I'm staying with you.
Yep. But then he still says, you will let him go, right? She's like, oh, of course. Except we know that's a lie.
No.
Oh, we're about to know it. We're about to know that's a lie.
Because he gets sent somewhere else where there's he's facing a huge Mother Grimm.
Yeah, well, Mother Grimm drugs him with something.
Yeah.
And he ends up in some kind of creepy box where he's having all kinds of crazy dreams, which, as Dick narrates for us, he tells him about later. He's worried that he's not doing the right thing by Dick, and then they're all gonna die. So I guess that's your psychological stuff. You said, how do you say his last name? DeMatteis?
DeMatteis, yeah.
DeMatteis, that he was, he liked to do that kind of stuff, so he's doing it again.
Yeah, because issue 151 opens with, Dick having a nightmare. He's being chased by a shadowy figure.
Bruce is having the nightmare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's Batman.
But
he's imagining himself as a little kid.
Yeah, but he's being chased by Robin.
Right, because he's worried about what he's done. Is he being a good guardian, mentor, friend, parent? Insert word here. And then, though, Wendy shows him some stuff that makes Robin start to realize, maybe this Mother Grimm isn't quite so fabulous after all, because she takes him to her favorite place to look out on Dreamland, but it also happens to be a huge surveillance center. Suspicious. And as Dick gives away, he goes back and he figured, if she has surveillance on a lot of other things, I bet she has surveillance on us.
Well, yeah, Mother Grimm.
Oh, here, I like when Bruce is having his nightmare and he sees the little version of himself and the little version of Dick. And it cracks me up how the little version of Bruce is wearing a little suit. And the little version of Dick has on a sweater vest! Just like in Robin Year One, where he wore all those sweater vests to school.
But yeah, I mean, Mother Grimm tried to get Dick to take the mask off. He's like, no.
No way.
And back to the new villain who tells us...
Yeah, and I mean, this stuff is...
cyanide.
That's all. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I really love this story more for, obviously, the Bruce and Dick stuff, because cyanide's a little bit weird. I'm not a huge fan of her costume. It's kind of ridiculous and exceedingly impractical.
Yeah, it's like 90s. Whatever. It's like a 90s costume, yeah.
Yeah, and it covers nothing. Well, it covers the things you can't show in a comic book, and that's about it.
Oh, and most of her legs.
All right, Robin saves Batman.
Oh yeah, he finds
from the glass box.
Yeah, he finds him all drugged and stuff. Yeah.
Yep, and then Wendy says, "You know what? Oh yeah, because they're. Oh shoot, hold on. I took some screen caps of when they talk about Dick's age. I missed one already. Where were you? Oh yeah, that's right. When he's when someone's thinking about it, at first they say what kind of mentor puts a 10-year-old boy in harm's way? So then I was like, oh yeah, that's before Dick chose to stay with Mother Grimm. When he saves Batman, he says, I got to play the part of the parent, the mentor, the caped savior. And then he's talking about, I was so grateful to Wily Wendy for helping us get out. I loved her then. And then he's suddenly become 11 years old. I was all of 11 years old. What did I know about love? I mean, I guess he could have been 10 2 months ago and just turned 11, but I think it's one of those things.
Keep it vague.
Age is a construct. I mean, which it is, but...
So yeah.
Running away!
So Wendy's helping them escape, but then Mother Grimm shows up, but hey, she gets taken out by cyanide.
Yeah, but then, about to find out.
And cyanide seems upset with Mother Grimm.
Yup. What's up with these two?
Batman's still all woozy, but he tries to fight, but gets shot from behind by Mother Grimm.
Dick, I wanted so much to be a hero to save the day and prove that I was worthy of Batman's respect. Big dreams for a little boy. Too big. Oh, no.
Next, the issue ends with him. Oh, you get the symbolism. Look at Dick over Batman and Wendy.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's very, like, his parents, Bruce's parents.
I mean, if they hit you over the head with it anymore, there'd be like a broken string of pearls sitting on the ground.
Right, yeah, for real. Maybe like a trapeze bar off to the side, too. Just for it to be like, oh no, both of them. Ah. For sure.
Yeah, so that's the end of 151. 152. Most of these covers are so good.
Yeah, no, it does have really good covers.
So yeah, Dick's sitting there like crying buckets on the first page.
Yeah. Super upset. And then he gets knocked out again, and then he wakes up, and they're all in the infirmary being taken care of by Mother Grimm. He's like, oh, I did not expect that.
You killed Batman. No, it wasn't a bullet, just another one of Mother's cocktails.
Right, I just wanted Cyanide to think he was dead. He's kind of, what?
She always comes back.
What's going on?
Always to tear down my dream.
So then he says, all right, something's up with you. I mean, obviously, but he says, I want some answers. And this is, yes,
I'll drag you
where
to jail.
we start getting some answers. Although first we flash back to Cyanide and start getting some answers that she is, spoiler alert, everyone, from almost 20 years ago, the biological mother of Herbert,
yes.
Herbert Revson. I like this since we've got Dick making the commentary when Batman comes in and Cyanide says, I thought I killed you, or she killed you. If I had $1 for every maniac who thought I was dead, I'd be the richest man in Gotham. Insert Dick's commentary, which of course he was.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny. So it's kind of like he does have $1 for every time someone thought he was dead. Yeah. And then many more dollars besides.
But yeah, Batman breaks in on Cyanide and says, I couldn't save the nanny, I couldn't save your husband or his second wife. What?
Yeah, exactly. So then we realize, this Cyanide is telling the truth. She isn't just making up some goofy tale. It seems that she might actually be Herbert's real mother.
And of course, she's giving Batman a decent fight because he's still woozy from the drugs.
Right, and then he messes up a little bit and calls Herbert Bruce.
Yep.
Herbert Bruce, my name's Herbert. And Batman's like, oh yeah, of course, Herbert. Not bad.
Then Cyanide tries to get him again, but he puts her in a hold, and then he says, go to sleep. And she's like, what? And he gives her like the Vulcan nerve pinch.
Yeah, I know. Which is now apparently the Batman nerve pinch.
That's right.
And then Mother Grimm is telling Robin a story. That's a cute picture. You can see it when she's sitting on the couch behind her. And she has such a huge dress. Hearing her life story, which basically is a Grimm fairy tale. Great parents, nice mommy and daddy. Although you notice her stepmom kind of looks like Cyanide when she's telling the story. And then she, in the story, marries, sounds like the rich guy, David Revson. And like, we couldn't have any kids, so now that he died and gave me money, I will just help all these other kids. Which I think is like kind of an interesting thing, that then when we go and bring Grimm and Mother Grimm and Cyanide together again, or then Cyanide's telling the story, and she's saying, yeah, our parents suck. What she says, twin daughters were born to a charming couple of alcoholic losers. And talks about how, their parents were terrible, and that she was awesome, Dorothy, but that her sister Alice was basically had to be put in an asylum. Dorothy had twins, James and Herbert, and James ended up. It sounds like, and this is why I'm not quite sure, it sounds like the story she's kind of saying is that since she and Alice are identical twins, that Alice, I don't know, broke out of Arkham and came to her house and killed James, but the nanny saw it and thought she did it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I thought that's what she was saying. And then I assumed since she had never said to David, oh, by the way, I have an identical twin who's in Arkham, when she tried to pull I have an identical twin who murdered our baby, he was kind of like, oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, if you never mentioned it before.
Never had an identical twin until now. And so then
Mother Grimm and Robin walk in, and Mother Grimm's like, it's lies. I have no sister.
Right, so
She goes, look at me. How could that be my twin? And that's when, all of a sudden, no one noticed it before, Robin pulls off her fake head. No one noticed she had a fake head.
I feel like they must have noticed she had a fake head, and they just didn't want to ruin the illusion.
Maybe they thought it didn't matter. Yeah.
Because she has a fake everything. I mean, she's such a giant person.
Oh yeah, because that whole.
There's no real person is that big.
Yeah, the whole outfit's padded. Yeah, so you didn't guess it was the twin sister. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Although now they don't really look like twins because Alice is still
blonde.
They don't really look like identical twins because Alice looks like the one in the Couple of Alcoholic Losers story. Mm-hmm. But Cyanide kind of looks more like the stepmom or whatever. I mean, not to say they can't actually be twins. I mean, their hair color. Yeah. But I do kind of think that it's interesting that they're both telling plausible tales, but there's enough stuff in each one that you're kind of, which one's right.
Yeah, you're like.
And then this awesome cover for the last one. Pretty classic as well.
Oh yeah, because after Robin rips off Motherhood's head, she's like, you know what you've done? You've killed Mother Grimm, and killing her, you've killed them all. And she sets off a bunch of bombs.
Yes, she blows up Dreamland, which was pretty rude. But then I like the title of this one, Part 5, I Prove My Worth. So we know good things are going to happen.
Oh, that's a decent cover on 153 of Dick.
Yeah, definitely. So he's keeping us up to speed like a good narrator. My name's Dick Grayson, and back when these events transpired, the world, well, Gotham City anyway, was calling me Robin the Boy Wonder.
Swinging in, saving kids.
Exactly. Saying he's only been a boy wonder for a little while. And then here he says again, an 11-year-old orphan. So he's not sure he can do it, but obviously he's not as out of his league as he thinks. And his circus training did train him to save that kid from the burning whatever. We don't always see ourselves as others see us.
Yeah, because all his saves are like swinging from stuff and high wire stuff.
Yep.
We see Batman trying to save people.
Yep, and how he says, oh, yes, another classic one. Saw who I was, but who I could be with the right guidance and training. And let's face it, when it came to teachers, I had the best. Which that pops up in a number of other things when people say something about I learned from the best or whatever. Or when his friends are making fun of him, they don't say the best, but they're like, he was trained by Batman.
I was going to say, do our best Titans impression. Yeah, did you know he was trained by Batman?
He was trained by Batman.
And then is this?
And how they say Wendy, and she says, "You're a real hero. I never knew a real hero before." And then she kisses him.
Is that in certain versions? Is that his first kiss?
Yeah, it is in that one because then he says something later. Oh yeah, when he says, "Hope I didn't scare you back then when I, scared me. What do you think? I never kissed a girl before." And then in the intro monologue, that's exactly what she thought, and boy was she right. And of course she's right. You're 10 or 11. Hopefully you've been kissing a bunch of girls before this. But it's funny.
So yeah, they're racing.
It's cute.
They're racing out. They get the Cyanide, and she's like, "Do something, you bat-eared idiot! She killed my baby. Now she's gonna kill Herbert."
Mm-hmm. And it turns out they're at one of the old Revson estates. So that one. So they do seem to be hinting that it is that Cyanide's version of the story is real. Mm-hmm. Once lived with her extremely former, she'd done a pretty thorough job of killing him, husband.
So Alice has Herbert. Actually hits her with a rock and gets away.
Exactly. And then she's saying, I didn't kill him. She's just lying. And, who knows? And then because Herbert hits her with a rock. She gets mad and that's it. I'm taking off this groovy costume.
Yep. And then Cyanide takes off on them, and Batman's like, okay, I'll take Cyanide. You go find Herbert, the dick. And he's like, you still trust me? He's like, I never lost faith in you.
Exactly. Throwing you up, you still trust me? I never lost faith. Only in my ability to be the mentor you need. Mm-hmm. Get that shocked look off your face. Even Batman can have a few doubts now and then. Because Batman's smiling again! Yes!
That's right.
But not anymore. Not anymore. They were friends. They both go after her. Batman goes after Cyanide, kicks her in the face, which is pretty awesome.
They're fighting in the trees, up in the trees, yeah.
Exactly.
And then we see Alice catch up with Herbert. Looks like she's going to hit him with a big rock until Dick shows up.
Right. And he convinces her, like, no, don't do that. She's like, and then he says, I wasn't just trying to save Herbert Repson. I was trying to save Bruce Wayne. She tries to stab him. Or she does stab him a little bit. And then Wendy comes in with the other kids. Like, Mother, you were so good to us, but we can't let you stab a kid. Come on, man. And Dick picks it up. Yeah, listen to Wendy. You torn off. Just because you took off your mask doesn't mean you have to be a not nice person anymore. And then she realizes, yeah, I do love kids. So it does kind of lend credence to maybe she, has something not quite right upstairs because she keeps going back and forth very easily. But boom, Cyanide comes in and they both end up in the river.
Fighting in the river, yep.
Fighting in the river. It's always bad. They get washed away. Robin almost jumps in. And Batman's like, no, they're gone.
But he's feeling kind of woozy too, so Batman catches him, yeah.
Yep, and he says, I gotta take care of your wound. I'd hate to lose the best partner I ever had. Aww. And he says, I'm the only partner you ever had. All the more reason not to lose you. Those lines are basically why I had us read this arc.
And, yeah, Mother Grimm and Cyanide, their bodies were never recovered, so, they can always show up one day.
Exactly, although I don't know if they have.
I don't think they have, but I'm just saying, at any time they could.
Right, yeah, let's bring them back. Let's see what's up.
Because, as we discover at the end of this issue, this is Dick in the present, reminiscing.
Exactly, yeah, he's telling it back. He talks about how Herbert grew up, Bruce. I love this, though. Bruce, who's been like an uncle to Herbert, an extremely distant uncle, because we've never heard of this Herbert Repson before. And he and Dick are pretty much the same age.
The uncle that sends you money.
It's like Herbert doesn't need any money though. The uncle that sends you financial advice for how to manage your gazillions of dollars. I mean, which actually, if you had gazillions of dollars, that is what you would need.
Business partner.
Is advice. And of course, the Wayne Foundation makes sure all the kids get a good home. I like this. Wendy, she's graduate school. Yeah. Getting a master's in journalism. That's right, Wendy. You go. And then there's Dick Grayson with time and with the tutoring of the best mentor, the best father boy could ever ask for. He learned he had more strength, more resilience than he ever dreamed. See, it's so heartwarming. Mm-hmm. Took to the world of capes and tykes like a natural. As the years passed, he learned from Bruce Wayne. He grew. And then he turns around and he's narrating to us in the present when the time came, when he left the nest. Well, actually, it was a cave. Struck out on his own. And no matter how old he gets, what name he goes by, he's still a boy wonder at heart. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. And he and Batman smiling again, jumping through, or ziplining, or grappling, whatever you call it.
Swinging over the city.
Through Gotham. Yeah. Very happy. Look at that smile on Batman's face, man. He's so happy too.
That was a good story.
Like I said, it's a heartwarming story.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
Of course you do. It's Dick It was Dick Grayson centric. Of course you did.
I know, true. But also, I extra love heartwarming things.
I know.
I mean, you love it too because it was Dick Grayson centric.
I know.
But you're not as into the heartwarming, I feel like.
No, I do. I am.
Okay, good. That's true. You have a son of your own. That's but right. I hope you have bonding things that don't involve busting up criminals. Because as much as we love to read about it, it is very unsafe.
I know. And he's only 6. He's almost 7. Gotta wait till he's 10 or 11,
I don't know, 8. I think you can start training at 8. This is a golden age. But I think your wife would kill you, so...
Oh, yeah.
It's probably best not to. But yeah, it's a good one. It has cute artwork. And yeah, it's very heartwarming. It's a feel-good story.
Gets our 2 batarangs up, approved.
2 wingdings up.
There you go. Recommended. Read it.
Yep. And definitely it's a cute one that you can read it with kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, actually, I don't think any of the ones we read so far you couldn't read with kids. I mean, later in the year, we'll definitely get ones that you probably shouldn't read with your kids.
Yeah.
But these ones have all been quite heartwarming. It's not as much of a tearjerker. I don't think anything is as Bruce Wayne loses the guardianship of Dick Grayson. Whoa, that one always gets me. But this one's up there. Like I said, Batman smiles a lot, at least 3 times. That's got to be a record.
All right, everyone, at the end of the year, I want you to vote on your favorite story we've covered. I know what Kristen's is going to be. Bruce Wayne loses the guardianship of Dick Grayson.
I seriously love that one. I don't know if it's my favorite ever. It's hard. I can't make just one favorite. That's why I told us we had to read 80 each.
I know.
But that one's pretty good. What if I said my favorite one from the 40s? Definitely that one.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
The evil uncle.
I know. I'm glad he never reappeared.
That's right.
He was dastardly.
All right. So anything else on this one?
I think that's it.
All right. So kids,
feel good.
Kids, do your homework because next week we're going to be covering a story a lot of you may not have ever read before. It's called New Teen Titans: The Judas Contract.
I feel like people have read that.
I know. Just joking. Oh yeah, we're gonna the first.
Are you gonna
the first time, the first version he ever puts that Nightwing suit on? Yes.
Disco Wing. Yes. So are you reading it from? How do you have it? I'm just curious because originally the first time I ever read New Teen Titans Judas Contract was when I got back into comics when I was in grad school. So I bought because actually my dad wasn't collecting comics in the 80s.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got the trade paperback. That's what I'm trying to say. And the trade paperback includes issue 39, where he and Wally, where Wally says I'm leaving, and Dick says I'm quitting being Robin. Do you want to throw that one in?
We can throw
it's in the trade paperback.
We can throw it in. I believe I have it. If not, I can always read it digitally. But I'm pretty sure I do have that. 'Cause is that the one with on the cover, the 2 of them walking away with their costumes?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I have that one. Yeah. Because
yeah,
I wasn't collecting at the time, but yeah, I have all those. I have those in back issues. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I've gone back and bought some of the back issues too. I'll double check that those are the only ones that are in the trade paperback because it's the 4.
Yeah.
It's a nice one to read in trade paperback because, I mean, once you have the issues, it's fine. But it's very confusing because it's one of them's an annual, I think, right?
Yeah, the last part's is the annual, so it's a little bigger. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the numbering's kind of weird because it isn't just like 40, anyway.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do issue 39, and then what is it? 41, 41.
Do you want me to run downstairs and check the trade paperback?
Hold on, I got him right here.
Okay.
The Judas Contract is 42, 43, 44, and then annual number 3.
Tales. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 39. It's the one. Yeah, it's the one that has them with their costumes on the ground and them in regular clothes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It is a very iconic cover.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 99% I have it, but if not, like I said,
because they've riffed on that one and other ones. So
yeah, prepare yourselves, do your homework. Tales of the New Teen Titans 39, and then 42, 43, 44, and annual 3.
Yes, you probably know what's up. We, of course, are reading it and love it because premiere of Nightwing, woo woo. But also, it is very highly regarded in the world of comics. Not just because of Nightwing premiering, but because of the story itself. I mean, because the title, the Judas Contract, actually has nothing to do with Nightwing.
That's right.
But it's a good title when they have those kind of smart titles. And I get it. I'm like, oh, I feel so smart.
All right, should we get out of here?
Yes.
All right, so everyone, send your thoughts on this, on Grimm, or any of the stories we read, or hey, like we said, send your thoughts on Judas Contract or anything upcoming. I'll save it for weeks. I don't care. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter, all of the social media. All in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the Book, now in digital and paperback. Do I have it over here now? I might have moved it, but make sure you pick up, Pod Life the Book and Dick Grayson Boy Wonder from the 75th anniversary of Dick Grayson. Buy both of those on Amazon and use the Southgate Media Group link that you'll find in the show notes to purchase those, to bring you such fine products as the Nightwing News. All right, and I know you're not going to promote anything.
You already do it for me.
You're not a showboat like that woman who put the Dick Grayson Boy Wonder book together.
No, definitely not.
Not as flashy as her, no.
No way. Who is that?
Your secret identity. All right.
That was so 5 years ago.
So 2015.
Exactly.
All right, everyone. Again, join us next time for the Judas Contract, followed by Batman. Was it 340? It's the Jason.
368.
Yeah, the Jason Todd issue. Yeah.
368, and I think we added something else to that one too.
Yes.
Didn't we? One of the Tim ones, right? Maybe.
Oh yeah, that Robin number 0 from 0 Hour, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So I figure that episode we'll just do a nice compare and contrast of like first Dick versus Jason and then Dick versus Tim, how they differ, how they're similar. Who makes Bruce smile the most? Which we know.
Who did Bruce what the most?
Smile the most.
Oh, smile the most. Oh.
Come on out, gutter. All right, everyone, join us next time. Same wing time, same wing channel.
Same wing channel. Yeah.